5 productivity apps you've never heard of but should be using in 2025. Today, we're diving into something that can make or break your productivity, the tools you use to organize your work and life. Let's be honest, when your schedule, tasks, and ideas are scattered all over the place, it's nearly impossible to stay consistent. But with the right app, suddenly, things just click. Ever since I found the right tools for myself, I've been able to get more done in less time, miss fewer deadlines, and actually feel like I'm in control, not just reacting to life as it comes to me. My hope is that by the end of this video, you'll discover at least one app that fits you perfectly. Now, there are thousands of productivity apps out there, and you've probably heard of the big names like Notion or Obsidian. They're powerful, but let's be honest, sometimes they're just too complex, with a steep learning curve that ends up slowing you down instead of helping. So today, I want to share 5 underrated tools that I've personally tested, used, and grown to rely on. Each of them is simple, practical, and, this is important, they work seamlessly across both web and mobile. That way, you can keep your notes, tasks, and goals with you no matter where you are. All right, let's get into it. Number 1, TimeStripe, the long-term thinkers app. Most to-do list apps only care about what you need to finish. They're basically digital sticky notes. But what about the big goals? The ones that actually matter over months, years, even decades? That's where TimeStripe stands out. TimeStripe is built around the idea that your daily tasks should stay connected to your long-term vision. When you open the app, you don't see a pile of chores. You see your goals for the year, the quarter, the decade, or even your lifetime. Imagine, you want to open a cafe in the next 10 years. TimeStripe lets you create that decade-long goal. Then, you can break it down into smaller yearly goals, quarterly projects, monthly tasks, and finally, daily action items. So instead of drifting aimlessly, every little task you complete feels like a step towards something much bigger. It's also flexible. You can create a simple grocery list, track habits, or jot down ideas. They even have pre-made templates so you don't have to build everything from scratch. On top of that, this app offers progress insights to keep you motivated along the way. Now, I'll be honest, the mobile app can feel a bit slow to launch, which is frustrating when you just want to jot down a quick idea. But once it's open, it works beautifully, syncing perfectly with the web version. If you're someone who doesn't like to lose sight of the big picture while tackling a daily grind, TimeStripe might be the perfect fit. Number 2, Tooz, the hidden gem. Next up, let's talk about Tooz. This one surprised me because it feels like a faster, smarter version of Google Keep, but with way more flexibility. Tooz is completely free, and the mobile app launches almost instantly. That alone makes it worth trying, because there's nothing worse than waiting around for an app to load when you just want to capture a thought. When you open Tooz, you land on a home screen with widgets for daily notes, to-dos, lists, bookmarks, and more. Need to see a task for today? It's right there. Want to write down an idea, save a photo, or drop a link? Just add it to your daily note. It becomes your one-stop hub for everything swirling around in your brain. What sets Tooz apart is how much you can customize it. At first, the settings might feel a little overwhelming, but once you tweak it to your liking, it feels like an app that was designed just for you. There are also little bonus features sprinkled throughout, like a focus timer, reminders, and even a built-in AI that can explain things, correct grammar, or even break down complex to-dos. One of my favorite features is the review and memories. It's like having a built-in reflection tool that reminds you of the things that you wrote before. One of my favorite features is the review and memories. It's like having a built-in reflection tool that reminds you of the things you wrote before, so you can see how your thoughts or habits have evolved over time. Honestly, for something free, Tooz delivers incredible value. Quick break before we move on. If you're finding this video helpful so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join us here at the Tech Bowl. We dive deep into the smartest tools, apps, and tech that can actually make your life easier. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Number 3, Amplenote, my personal pick. Now, let me share the app that I personally use the most, Amplenote. I've actually made a full video breaking down my entire workflow with it, but let's cover the highlights here. Amplenote combines notes, tasks, and a calendar in a single package. That means you can brainstorm an idea, turn it into a to-do, and drag it straight onto your schedule, all in one place. The daily journal is where I capture everything: tasks, ideas, notes, random thoughts. If something grows into a project, I just create a dedicated page for it. Before my day starts, I open the calendar, drag tasks into the time slot, and suddenly, my day has structure. It also supports bi-directional links, which makes it easy to connect to related notes, people, or bookmarks. This becomes incredibly powerful when you're writing, managing projects, or just seeing how your ideas connect. For me, Amplenote strikes as the perfect balance. It's not overwhelming like Notion, but it's not too simple either. It gives me everything I need to stay on track without drowning me in. Number 4, Anytype, the beautiful minimalist. Moving on to Anytype, which I like to describe as the love child of Notion and Apple Notes. It's visually clean, simple, and elegant, but with enough power to handle more than just basic notes. In Anytype, every note you create is an object. That could be a person, a bookmark, a plan, or even a movie you want to watch. Each object acts like a template, which makes it super quick to capture information and organize it later. For example, say you meet someone at an event. Instead of writing a plain text note, you can create a person object, fill in their name, hobbies, and work, and then add them to your people collection. Over time, you build your own personalized database of connections, books, movies, or whatever categories matter to you. You can also create widgets for these collections on your dashboard so that your most important stuff, like to-dos, bookmarks, or journals, are always front and center. The mobile app is fast, intuitive, and easy to use, which is a big reason I include Anytype in this list. It feels more individual-focused compared to Notion, which leans heavily on team collaboration. So, if you like the concept of Notion, but want something lighter and cleaner for personal use, Anytype is an excellent choice. Number 5. Heptabase, the visual thinker's playground. Last but definitely not least, let's talk about Heptabase. This one is designed for the people who think visually. Most note-taking apps trap you in endless lists and folders. Heptabase flips that around with a canvas-based system. You can jot down ideas, tasks, or web clippings and drag them around to form connections. It's like creating a mind map for your thoughts. You can create different whiteboards for projects, subjects you're studying, or even brainstorming sessions. Add sections, lines, and arrows, and suddenly your ideas aren't just floating around. They're connected in a way that makes sense to you. Another standout feature is that Heptabase lets you search online directly inside the app. That means you can research while taking notes without constantly switching tabs. For students, writers, or anyone doing deep work, this is a huge time saver. And yes, it does have a daily note view and a unified task list, so you don't lose track of what needs to get done. The mobile app is fast and reliable, though I do wish it had some of the same task list views as the web version. Hopefully that comes soon. If you're someone who loves visual learning or brainstorming, Heptabase might feel like a game changer. So, those are the 5 tools that I think are worth your time right now. TimeStrike, for connecting daily tasks to lifetime goals. Tools, for capturing everything quickly and customizing it your way. AmpleNote, my personal go-to for combining notes, tasks, and calendar. Anytype, for a clean, beautiful way to structure your digital world. And Heptabase, for tuning your thoughts into a visual map. Each one has its strengths, and honestly, the best app comes down to what fits your workflow. But if you even try one of these, I promise you, you'll feel more organized and more control of your life and work. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the Tech Bolt. We've got plenty more deep dives into tools, apps, and tech that can actually make you smarter and more productive. Hit that button so you don't miss what's next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Big beats.